Chinese NIKKE players have sent a protest truck to Shift Up office in Korea to protest against the new treasure system requiring unit dupes on Chinese tomb swooping day today. Chinese NIKKE players. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. And I might be. I might be wrong here. NIKKE is a Korean gacha game from Shift Up, which is a Korean studio, right? Their main office is in Korea. NIKKE is released globally, but there is no Chinese version of NIKKE, right? China does not have a released version of NIKKE. They have not released the game into China, the Chinese market, have they? Am I remembering incorrectly? I feel like there is no Chinese version, right? There's no Chinese version? Yes, Chinese players need to take a break and touch grass. Okay, yes. So Chinese players that don't have a Chinese version of the game sent a protest truck. And I just want to point out, I feel like it's every day in Korea, some studio has a protest truck sent to their office. They must make a killing doing this. But so they had a protest truck sent to their office in Korea from Chinese players in China concerning the treasure system. Now, okay, so I honestly, I do not know much about the treasure system. So again, do correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I recall, this is concerning using dupes to increase the strength of like older, weaker characters, right? That is what the treasure system is, a way of boosting the power of old characters but requiring dupes to use them, right? I think that's what the treasure system is. It's an upcoming new system. Yeah, because I admittedly have not read much about it, but I think that was the general gist of it that I got. I don't know if this is valid. I feel like it's not terrible. I feel like the increasing of power for old units is not a bad thing. I can understand having to go back and get dupes for old characters or like dupe gear or whatever you need to upgrade, sure, but I don't know. I feel like this is a big nothing burger. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are people that are going to get upset and say that, you know, this is a bad system. I don't know. I honestly do not know enough about it to actually have an opinion on it, other than the fact that the increasing in power of old units, just that sounds like a good idea to me. New units get released constantly, and there is a constant state of power creep in gacha games across the board, not just specifically NIKKE. I think that often, and this is made very apparent in games like Tower Fantasy, the older characters become obsolete. And so when you get the older characters that are weaker, that are inferior, you're kind of left bummed out because you could have gotten a stronger, more relevant, newer character, and you don't. Before we go any further into this ridiculously entertaining mess, I want to take a moment here to thank my incredible patrons over on Patreon who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal. I cannot express how much I appreciate your guys' support. It's obvious you want the new character to be desired. I completely agree. I think at the end of the day, new characters should be stronger than old characters when they're released. And typically, when new characters are strong, they tend to be balanced over time. So then people obtain them, they have fun with them, and then they're kind of tuned down and put back into perspective of the other characters, I think. It's not a bad system. They want to milk the old units first before releasing new, stronger units. I mean, they're a company, they're a studio who wants to make money. The NIKKE community wanted some old characters to get powerful because every NIKKE character is precious. You know what? I think all the characters in NIKKE are unique, and I think they should all have relevance in some form of content. It's a really good system, honestly. There is a lot of characters that were literally never usable even at the start of the game, so giving them a chance seems fine with me. I agree, that is yeah, 100%. So I think that depending on how they end up rolling the treasure system out, the requirements, the investment of time and resources, I think based off of what little I know, it seems okay, and I think it's a great way of boosting and making old characters more relevant. I don't understand the negative reception. I don't, but I mean, I guess when I see what Global ends up receiving, I'll have a better understanding of whether we should be upset or not. At present, I don't see the reasoning behind it. As a veteran NIKKE player, we wanted some R or SR units to be powerful also. It's supposed to make characters that aren't viable. Yeah, and that would be good. That is what I think is necessary in all gacha games. Every character deserves the chance to be powerful and to be relevant and to be viable. Chinese users began a truck protest expressing dissatisfaction with the operation of the game and the new system announced for an update. However, NIKKE does not provide services in China. What on earth happened? That was my thought. I was like, but NIKKE isn't even in China. Why are people upset? On April 4th, those who identified themselves as China's NIKKE users sent a protest truck containing a message of protest to the headquarters of ShiftUp, the game's developer. The truck contained messages in Japanese and Korean. Wait! wait, hold on. Chinese players got upset with NIKKE. So, Chinese players sent a truck, a protest truck, to the Korean studio in Japanese. Wait. Yes, it also says Korean as well, but it's actually kind of funny. Oh man. Okay. You think the requirements for the treasure is a bit ridiculous? I mean, I don't know the exact requirements for it, so again, I can't say. Okay, those who led the protests introduced themselves as users who currently enjoy NIKKE in China. The number of people who participated in the protest was approximately 300 people. For 4 days of preparation, it was revealed that $1,060 required for the truck protest was raised in 1 hour through crowdfunding. Damn! Currently, NIKKE is not providing services in China, where they claimed the protest was justified, saying that many Chinese people are enjoying the game because the game currently supports simplified Chinese, supports payments through WeChat, and above all, because the service company Level Infinite is a Chinese company. Specifically, they directly expose their dissatisfaction with the preferred item system, which recently announced plans for an update in the NIKKE. Precious items are additional elements that can strengthen characters, but it is a system that has caused a lot of controversy as concerns have been raised that it may increase the billing burden, so it's gonna essentially be more expensive. Accordingly, ShiftUp announced in developer note on March 28th that it would significantly lower the difficulty of acquiring preferred items and postpone the update originally scheduled for April to May. Those protesting this time and demanding a complete withdrawal of updates to the system. So they said they would significantly lower the difficulty of item acquisition. That sounds like a good idea. That was on March 28th. That was a couple days ago. In addition, those who held the protests also included a message demanding an increase in the overall quality of the game and the quality of cooperative battle, one of the core contents of the game. Hold on, so the Chinese players who organized the protest included a message demanding an increase in the overall quality of the game. Wow, I honestly do think NIKKE is one of the highest quality gacha games on the market. The fact that they are demanding an increase in quality is crazy. I wonder what they even mean by that. Regarding this, users who enjoy NIKKE are expressing various opinions. First of all, it's a game that is not serviced in China, but there are many negative voices or people who are surprised that a truck was sent from China. We are Chinese players who loved the same game. We also love the game's story, illustrations, and gameplay. However, NIKKE's quality has been declining significantly in recent months. I don't think that's necessarily true. I agree that, you know, the most recent collab with the ReZero wasn't really that incredible, but I definitely don't think the game has been declining significantly at all. The quality of the story is sometimes high and sometimes low. Welcome to storytelling. And the past skins are not attractive. They're not? Didn't we just get the Hot Spring event with, oh man, what was it? Blanc and Noir? Because I have both of those skins. Yeah, these skins. I have both of these. Those look freaking great. I don't know what they're talking about, dude. And the Ludmilla as well. Like the whole Neverland update was actually really good. I think personally was really good. I think the skins and everything that came with it were freaking great. I don't use Ludmilla at all, but I can't deny it was definitely worth obtaining everything I could from this event. 100%. I don't think that it's a decline in quality. In addition, game content is gradually increasing to the point where players become tired. Oh no, there's too much content in the game. Oh god, whatever will we do? If only there was nothing to do in the game. Even though there are still many areas that need improvement, it's a very greedy action to launch a combination breakthrough item system that ignores the opinions of players and forces them to make payments. So does it require money to boost the strength of your old characters? Is that it? So it doesn't force you to make a payment, right? These things are earnable or obtainable without spending an egregious amount of money. These are all completely obtainable in-game. Even in-game surveys, it is very unpleasant to see players being forced to make choices through leading questions. Chinese players understand that mobile gaming companies very well. The purpose of launching the combination breakthrough item system is not to strengthen existing characters, but to encourage players to make payments by consuming their existing resources. But you're not forced to increase the power of your old characters. They're not holding a gun to your head being like, you need to make Anna stronger. No. What? Consuming their existing resources. Yeah, like some of us have tons of resources that we've saved. The cooperative content, which should be what players are most excited about, is also of very poor quality. I don't see how ask players to pay more since it's difficult to guarantee even the most important and basic art for the game. In situations where the official ignores the player's demands, a significant number of Chinese players try to express their discontent by organizing offline protests, similar to the protest incident of Epic 7. Okay, wow. You also get lots of regular banner pulls, so you can get those dupes without wasting gems limited tickets. That's what I mean. This just seems like a massive nothing burger. Yes, it doesn't look like it's going to be free to obtain. These characters are not going to be boosted in terms of power for free, but at the same time, I don't think they should be anyway. This is a new feature they're introducing, and this is going to be something that you can work towards. Yes, you're going to have to consume resources to obtain characters to boost the strength of. I understand that, but at the same time, like, that's just another reason to play the game and to continue saving your resources. So, you know, there's just another avenue with which to expend your resources, right? I think that's perfectly fine. This is nothing really, I feel like, really to be upset about. Chinese players sent a truck to a Korean company with a protest in Japanese. Ain't no way. Right? That was my initial thought. What's the treasure system? Buff weak old units. You need to roll for more copies of the units and buffs that were shown. So, yeah, that's exactly what we understood from that. So you're obtaining dupes anyway. Like when you use your currency, you're obtaining dupes. This is essentially just giving you another way to increase the power. Like if you do your limited banner pulls and you have the 4% guaranteed SSR, or you do your regular banner pulls and you have the 2% guaranteed SSR unit acquisition, you're obtaining dupes. I think I just core 4 or core 5'd my Noir yesterday, right? I got like 2 additional Alices over the last week. I'm obtaining units as I continue to use my pulls to obtain the waifus I want. I feel like this is just, all they are doing is giving you something, like another way to make old characters more powerful without you needing to really do anything different. It just rewards you for obtaining more useless, more insignificant, less relevant characters as dupes. I think that's generally how I perceive this anyway. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too casual to understand this or why it's of any significance whatsoever. Thought there was no Chinese server? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Am I the only one that thinks that this is a massive overreaction? Am I the only one that thinks that this isn't even bad?